Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the HealthChain webinar on the community of practice that we are organizing. Today, we would like to explain to you what the community of practice of HealthChain comprises of and how it can benefit to you. If I may have the next slide, please. First of all, we would like to start today with introducing to you the HealthChain project and its community of practice. That will be done by Miriam from TIC Biomed. And then after that, you will hear some success stories from either founding and mirror region partners from the HealthChain project. Alenka from the Slovenian Innovation Hub will introduce that to you, and Ayn from Freshblood will introduce that. And then after that, we will come back to the benefits of joining our community and what it can do for you. And we will end up this session with an interactive Q&A. So with that, may I have the next slide, please? I would like to state some housekeeping rules. The first one will be that we are recording this session, and the goal of that is that we will repost it on our multimedia channels in like a few days. Second is please be muted because we would like to have all focus to the speakers. And finally, if you have some questions, there's a Q&A box in the bottom of your screen. Please use that to post your questions. So let's start with the webinar. Elena, may I give the, Miriam, may I give the word to you?
Yeah, thank you very much, Nick. I'm just going to go through what HealthChain is or what we want to achieve with the project HealthChain. So HealthChain, it is an I3 instrument project. And our approach is that we want to involve all the stakeholders in the ecosystems, focusing on this interregional axis of the program, but also we apply a demand-driven approach. We always work from the need. We identify the real needs, and then we work with the ecosystem in order to build the solutions in a co-creative approach. But also, what we want to do is to really do that in a way that the adoption of those solutions that are being developed are useful. So which are the advantages of the model? In the one hand, we increase the capacity of the healthcare organizations to apply innovation within their processes and within their activities. But at the same time, because the solutions have been co-created with the companies and in between the companies and the professionals, that will allow to develop solutions that have like a higher chances to be adopted by the market. And especially because we apply this interregional approach with different regions in the project, that will facilitate the take-up and the internationalization of the solutions. The next. So what our approach is that we involved, as we said, all the different stakeholders within the ecosystem, meaning that we involve the professional and the healthcare organizations in the one hand. We also involve the IT companies that work on the healthcare domain to offer and develop the solutions. But we work on the third pillar, let's say, with the ecosystem supporter, meaning the cluster organizations or the digital innovation hubs, like those organizations that dynamize the ecosystem. And the reason is because ecosystems are there, but they are sometimes not in place. It's like they are not organized. So what we try to do here is just to put all these different pieces together. And also, if someone is wondering, we also involve the users. We also involve the patients in the need identification, but also in the co-creation of the solutions. The next one. So far, 10 regional ecosystems are involved in the HealthChain. You can see them there from 8 different countries, because we have 3 different ecosystems in Spain. And that will allow us to have different perspectives on how healthcare works in the different countries, but also the different approaches of how the ecosystems work in different regions. The next one. So One component I said in this I3 instrument is the interregional activity. The other I, or one of the other I, is the innovation component. As I said, in HealthChain, we apply this demand-driven approach. What we do is we identify the needs together with the professionals and the patients, what is needed, what are the real needs. And once we have the need, we launch a challenge and we look for companies that are able to develop a solution tailored to that concrete challenge. So applying this co-creation, what allows is building capacities in both the healthcare organizations, but also the companies that better understand what the healthcare organizations need, but also how they work. It's like, what are their priorities? Next. And the third I is the investment. So the idea with HealthChain is, and that's why we are creating this community of practice, is to leverage resources in between different regions. It is not only to use the funding or the resources that you have in your region, but also look outside your region and see how adding these different capacities to the local value chains that will untap investment from the private and from the public sector. Next. So the community that we aim to create, and Nick will explain further, is integrated by 4 components. So on the one hand, we started with the initial HealthChain partners. As I mentioned, we have partners from 8 countries, 10 ecosystems, is 36 partners in total, and we started working together. Once we created this core group, we extended that to mirror regions, and we integrated 5 additional mirror regions. You have the names there. In order to validate our approach and to transfer the knowledge that we have been building in the HealthChain in the first year. Following, we are now at the step that we want to integrate additional regions. These regions do not need to put in place this co-creation process, but would share with, or we will share with them all the knowledge, but also we want to identify additional funding opportunities that could be at the European level, and also to create some position papers regarding the co-creation and innovation in the healthcare sector. And following the fourth group is observers, is all those stakeholders that are not fully involved in the co-creation itself, or they are not fully involved in the, let's say, policy level, but they are involved in the implementation of actions in the healthcare domain at the regional level. The next one, nice. And now I give the word to Nick again.
Yeah, thank you. We would like to, of course, we can of course tell you how the whole concept of the project and how the community of practice works, but the best way to tell you that is to have some regions explain to you why they think working together like we do in HealthChain is a success to them. So to do so, we asked Alenka from the Slovenian Innovation Hub and Jan from Freshblood to tell you something about that. May I give the word to you, Alenka? Alenka? Okay. Perhaps we can go forward to Jan already, since Alenka doesn't seem to be connected anymore.
Yes, hello. Can
Thank you, Jan.
change your slides? So, hello everybody. It's a pleasure to speak to you from Cluj-Napoca, Transylvania, northwest of Romania. And I would say that we are building, in the process of building a success story, and we have been involved as an organization for a while in healthcare innovation support. And with the opportunity provided by HealthChain, we managed to build a small consortium together with Medisprof. Medisprof is an oncology hospital. We, as a catalyst of healthcare innovation, were very much focused on driving innovative projects and putting Romania and Northwest region on the map. And the benefits that are aimed for these innovative projects touch both the patients as well as the functioning of the healthcare ecosystem, as well as the opportunity to drive innovative projects and make them visible at international level. Just to pinpoint that our focus is to support patients having a better care in the field of radiology as part of the oncological treatment. We have an ambitious project that is aiming to build a new golden standard in a part of healthcare that is not yet standardized and would enjoy a lot of support. And at the same time, it's very motivating for us as ecosystem player and ecosystem driver to support a startup that can build a solution that would be relevant not only at European level, but also at global level with the know-how that can be derived from the ecosystem. Can I please have the following slide? So a couple of additional details. As I told you, we are in the process of building something quite ambitious. We are happy to have the challenge from the healthcare organization, which is Medisprof Cancer Center. It's an oncology hospital in Transylvania, Romania, that collaborates with national medtech developers to enhance care quality and productivity. We, as an ecosystem supporter, are Fresh Blood Health Tech, an NGO supporting healthcare innovation in all the stages. And the challenge that was chosen was to build an AI-powered digital solution that can assist radiologists in detecting, analyzing, and reporting lung nodules and masses in CT scans. The solution helps streamline radiological processes. And this is just an example of an interface that is currently under construction. Its purpose is to enhance initial diagnostic accuracy and improve reporting, something that is not yet defined as a golden standard, but one of the aim of the project is to reduce the time for radiologist interpretation and decrease radiology subcontracting costs. And very important, we are talking here about cancer patients. These patients will undergo a number of evaluations, and these evaluations need to be easily traceable and with a high level of confidence, despite the change of radiologist that, for example, is seeing the scans. So these are the objectives that have been defined. I see a lot of motivation from the Cancer Center. We see a lot of motivation from the IT company, which is a startup, innovative startup that is focusing on building AI-based solution for the radiology field. And we have ambitions to support the development of the project, the development of a business based on the project, and then European level alignment with the other projects within the health chain and European innovation support programs at large. We are very happy to be part of this community. We are very much looking forward to have a solution coming from a less developed innovation area of Europe. It will be with additional challenges. Nevertheless, we are very motivated to be part of the European ecosystem with this opportunity. So thanks once again to the TIC Biomed team and to all the partners for making this possible we had the history of using solutions developed by others. This is one of the first instances where a solution developed in our ecosystem might become relevant and the golden standard at European and international level. That would be about the.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Jan. Unfortunately, we cannot reconnect to Alenka since the area where the Slovenian Innovation Hub is located seems to be in a storm currently, and they are experiencing actually a blackout, no electricity, so they cannot reconnect, unfortunately. That being said, we perhaps at the end of this session, maybe she will be in again and we can show you the showcase. But for now, we'll continue with this webinar, and especially with respect to the benefits of joining the HealthChain community of practice. May I have the next slide, please? First of all, I would, for those who do not really know the concept of a community of practice, if you find the definition of the community of practice, you'll see that it's described as a group of individuals or organizations with common interest and some engagement in collective learning, collaboration. And that means in fact that they will end up in innovating in their own domain of expertise. And by saying that, that means that they have a shared domain of interest and people are working together and share resources, share tools, and this collaboration leads to improvement and better efficiency and more innovative activities. That being said, let's go back to the showcases, because fortunately Alenka has been able to rejoin this meeting. So please, if we can go back a few slides. Alenka, could you welcome back. Please tell us about the Western Slovenian case.
Thank you very much, Nick. I am in the dark. I don't know whether I'm seen or not. But in Western Slovenia, Slovenian Innovation Hub has over 50 members in quadruple helix. We are acting in HealthChain. We are acting as ecosystem supporter. We are helping, as already said, we are helping and trying to be a timekeeper and help hospital or healthcare organization and our SMEs to better working together. What is we have a private company, the private hospital, surgical sanatorium, Rožna Dolina. Smaller healthcare organization is more responsive to the demands, and they already had the need. And we have IT companies, which is HealthLord and Parsec as big international company. And then we have two SMEs who are working on the solutions. Our main goal is to shorten the days of hospitalization with the elderly patients with hip replacement, to shorten the days from days of hospitalization from 7 to 2 days. And with that, our companies are helping with developing solution where the patient can leave home under the control, under the help with the healthcare team. And this is the main goal. And the other companies, other solutions are helping them with the applications which help patients doing the exercises correctly and taking care also of their mental health. So this is in very short. We've lost some time, I think, because of the energy shortage in Slovenia. In Ljubljana just got cut off. What are the advantages for for SMEs? The advantage is that they get visibility, they get coaching and support. And without being in HealthChain, we would not encounter so many different so many different challenges, and we are able to connect our members with other regions and transfer knowledge and transfer experience. It is very good experience, and we are inviting members also to other participants to join community of practice, because it is very valuable, because it's the collaboration saves time and energy, because if one region has a solution, the other can pick it up and maybe upgrade, and in this way we can do better for the society in shorter time. So I would not take more time, because I know everything is really under tight schedule, and I would thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for explaining your contribution and the way that you collaborate with the HealthChain project and community of practice, Alenka. Thank you for rejoining after you were in the dark and you were able to find your laptop again without any light.
Well, I'm through personal hotspot from my phone, so it worked.
It worked. Thank you very much. Let's continue with the community of practice. As I just said, it's an interactive way to collaborate and to improve innovation. May I have the next slide, please? And like I just said, for HealthChain, for this whole collaboration, we're building this community of practice, and it's actually online, as you can see in the screenshot here. And why did we build this community of practice? First of all, we want to foster collaboration and innovation. Of course, especially in healthcare, but also in digital care technologies, focusing on digital care and digital care innovation, because all partners involved think that's a very important aspect of innovation and innovating in health in the future. We also would like to share the knowledge and the best practices that we learn from developing and co-creating in the HealthChain project according to the HealthChain co-creation process, and to build a robust network with all the experts and partners that are currently involved in innovation. And it's already quite a large network, so it's still growing. And that means that we are actually building expertise and expanding our capabilities, and also publishing everything we learned from the research of the partners, but also from the case studies that we have within the project. And there are already many pilot projects ongoing, so all learnings will be shared in the community of practice. If we can have the next slide, please. And like I said, we're sharing everything. So what can you find in our community of practice? Once you're registered and you logged in, you can find a lot of successful co-creation experiences from the partners in Europe. And like I said before, we already have 10 regions on board and still growing. More regions and more partners will share their success stories. There are training materials available, videos and instructions on how the HealthChain method works, on how we do this co-creation process, and how we collaborate with hospitals, SMEs, IT companies, and ecosystem supporters. There are many templates and example documents of all the documents that are being used in the HealthChain methodology. On the HealthChain community of practice, you can also join the discussion forum. You can exchange ideas, post your experiences, and you can connect to mentors and to other regions if you want some advice or support, or you need some direct information on how to implement your digital solutions in your organization. May I have the next slide? So, as just explained by Miriam, HealthChain focuses on a number of organizations, and all these organizations, of course, are very welcome to join our community of practice. We say ecosystem supporters, and by ecosystem supporters, we mean, let's say, intermediate organizations that have a regional focus, that focus on supporting SMEs, businesses, but also healthcare organizations to make innovation work and to make impact in healthcare. These organizations are very welcome to join. Also, and of course, hospitals and healthcare providers, since they're, of course, the most important players when it comes to healthcare innovation and actually implementing it in daily life. And from a business perspective, we also invite innovative entrepreneurs, companies, businesses working in the healthcare sector to develop new digital technology, new products, new services, and larger IT companies who also have these kind of solutions that might be of interest to other partners in the community of practice network. May I have the next slide, please? And that being said, we organize on the community of practice a number of activities that are either focusing on organizations, but also on the regions, an area where the ecosystem supporter might be interested in. For any organizations, of course, we're working on capacity building and working on identifying common challenges in healthcare. And we also provide some webinars and documents and templates and training material to work on how can I get the needs that are existing in the hospital organization identified. How can we change that into something that will be, through a co-creation process, result in a proper solution that can be adopted in the healthcare organization? This information is all there. We're also working on, of course, networking, connecting organizations via our platform, but also via online events, and sometimes even via physical events. And that's open to any type of organization, but also of additional interest to regions and ecosystem supporters might be the fact that we're also working on finding opportunities, new calls, new areas of interest where innovation may happen. We're working on, let's say, connecting as a think tank to develop future proposals and new innovative projects. And we also hope to achieve some sustainability and for the longer duration, working on a position paper for, let's say, HealthChain-like activities and the effectiveness of working with the HealthChain model on the long term. And that's something we would like to offer, especially to regions who are also willing to sign the memorandum of understanding to join us. So that's actually an invite to ecosystem supporters not already part of the HealthChain community of practice. Please join us. Please be an official member of our community of practice. May I have the next slide? And like I said before, and to sum it up a little bit, why should anyone, any organization become a member of the HealthChain community of practice? First of all, it's a great way to share your knowledge and experience from implementing healthcare innovation, digital innovation in your organizations and working with other organizations. We offer a lot of support and training from everything we've learned in the HealthChain methodology, but also from what we learn from other partners in our network. The HealthChain community of practice really focuses on innovative solutions. It's really the front end, the forerunner of new digital health solutions. And we are still developing new ones in co-creation. And it needs no saying that being part of such a network gives great opportunities for networking. You are able to connect to other parties, other organizations in healthcare, in IT, in business support all over Europe. Working together might also give you a proper market insight. You can learn from different European trends and know how other healthcare organizations work and deal with challenges. And last but not least, it may be your way to connect to new funds for funding and digitization projects. So it's an option to get your new project or your new collaboration project started and funded. May I have the next slide, please? And then finally, of course, you need some way to access our nice community of practice. So please visit our community of practice platform. It can be accessed either by scanning this QR code while we are discussing this, but you can also visit the HealthChain website. It can be found at healthchain.eu/community of practice. Once you did, you can sign up for a membership, and it's free and it's actually open to anybody. And participate in our events, participate in our initiatives, please collaborate on the platform, contribute, be part of the community. May I have the next slide, please? With that, we would like to ask you some questions. Ooh. Yes, in a Mentimeter, if we can have the QR code. Oh, that's the QR code again. Thank you. Great. In this webinar, we would like to ask you to give your input as well. Please scan this QR code or enter the number that you see on the screen in the website menti.com. If you would all please join us now in Menti. I hope you have some time now to go to the website and to join us. Can we forward? Oh. Yes. Can we go to the Mentimeter? Yes, thank you very much. Nice. First of all, the first question, please select and prioritize. You can do that by dragging your preferred option to the top. What do you prefer most out of these 4 categories? Do you like a community of practice to focus on capacity building? Do you like the networking aspect? Are you looking for funding opportunities? Or is there sustainability very important to you? Okay, we already have some answers coming here. Yeah. Okay. Answers are coming in. 11, 12. Nice. We are seeing a tie between, let's say, almost funding opportunities and networking. For the moment, funding opportunities has a little bit of an advantage over networking. Well, of course, funding opportunities are a very important aspect of a community. Of course, if you want to develop new projects, new collaborations, you always need to have some funding to do so, because money makes the world go round. That being said, networking is as important to start new collaborations and to work together. So we are very happy to see that you really like those 2 aspects, and we will make sure to also focus on that when we are further developing the community of practice. Sustainability isn't the one that hasn't scored that high, but of course it's important as well to keep on building and keep on connecting over the community of practice, and to make it sustainable for a longer term in time, and it can be self-sustained. Thank you. Shall we continue to the next question? We've been talking to you about a lot of options and activities in the community of practice that we are offering and developing. But our question to you is, do you miss something from the activities proposed in the community of practice of HealthChain? Should we add something? Should we focus on other aspects? You can just type a short answer and then hit submit. It's starting to look very nice. No one is missing anything. So our community of practice is the best community of practice ever, and everybody will join after this session. Thank you very much. Yeah, covered everything. Collaborative platform for the healthcare professional. That's interesting because we could, of course, add that healthcare organizations are very welcome on the platform. And we could, of course, focus a little bit more to provide, let's say, a forum kind of collaboration element on the platform side. Combined lobbying activities to the EU. That might be very well an option once we have this large network. We are very strong in connecting towards Brussels. So indeed, since it's already a European funded project, there are direct gateways towards Brussels, and perhaps we could combine those lobbying activities starting with our collaboration on the platform. Identify some common problems on EU level to address with common. Yep, would be very nice. We can do that together. Work on topics that should be discussed with the European Commission. Nothing to add. That's very nice. Thank you very much. Healthcare standard organizations. Yeah. Yeah, of course, information on new regulations, legislation that is being adopted in Europe might be very welcome to focus on that as well. We're not doing that so much for now, so that we could add that to the platform. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. All very, very valuable responses. Oh, actually coming some in as well. As was even was exposure problematic. Yeah, it could be also a way to ask healthcare professionals what they're experiencing if they want to share. And will always appreciate because yep, we could indeed communicate very directly what would be options and new opportunities for collaborations in hospitals, and we could post those on the community of practice as well. Yeah, thank you. Yes, can we go to the next and final question? Okay, we're going to build a nice word cloud here. Could you define with one word what the community of practice would mean to you? Nice to see that the word sharing is also centered and mentioned by many, because indeed I think working in a community of practice is about collaborating, but also about sharing. And it means that, of course, we have a great community of practice platform that provides a lot of information that may be very valuable to many people, many organizations. But also it's only valuable if we all also share knowledge and expertise and experiences. And it's also a great opportunity to do so. So I really invite you to join, whether you're an organization in healthcare, whether you're an ecosystem supporter, whether you're an SME or an IT company, please join our network. And in doing so, please also find ways to collaborate and to be an active part of the community so that we are stronger together and may work towards new innovation and new co-creation processes. And with that being said, I would like to go to the final slide of the regular presentation, because there were still some questions, I think. Yes, this is the slide. Thank you. Is there anyone who still would like to post a question, we have the Q&A box in the bottom of the screen. If you would like to post a question, that's very welcome. We can do so. Okay, I'm not getting any questions. So with that, I would really like to thank you all for joining this webinar. I would really like to thank Johan and Alenka for joining as well, especially with all the effort Alenka had to put into this. Please all visit the HealthChain website where you can find the link to our community of practice, and please be part of this nice opportunity to innovate healthcare. Thank you all and have a very nice day.